And now for the theme tune.
Forget about
The theme tune! Welcome to the Marmite Queens podcast. We are the rulers you either love or hate, and each week we will be setting the world to rights. Then, from a randomly generated word, we'll be finding strange stories to tell each other, also while having a giggle and not needing alcohol to bring our special brand of madness directly to your ear holes. Full disclaimer, there will be not safe for work content and probably a strong view or two expressed. So, settle in, enjoy the car crashing into a dumpster of Sam and Laura. Hello, love.
Hello.
How are you, babes?
I'm all right.
Yeah.
I've had a all right time. Yeah.
How's your week been? Has it been all right? I mean, I say that like I haven't spoken to you about
I know.
500 times every day. But yeah.
It's been a good week. It's been a mixed week, I would say.
Oh, same.
It's been a mixed bag of a week.
Like fucking
But-
hard. Same.
Yeah. But we the first podcast came out.
I know. We did it, didn't
We did it. We only bloody went and did it, mate.
we? We only bloody did it, didn't we, mate? Yeah.
Yeah, the first podcast came out, and it seemed to get quite a good reception.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I thought like my mum would watch it, and my sister, and they would humour me, and I'd pretend that I didn't know that they were humouring me, and I'd be like, "Oh, thanks." But yeah, we've had a nice little bit of, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. Yes, we've had some lovely comments, and we've had some lovely support as well, which I think is very nice.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000% from.
I keep thinking of
Should we
frozen.
run down them all? Should we name them all?
Oh God, are we going to embarrass them? Let's do it.
Yeah, let's
do it. Yeah. So I would say a nice call out to John from
Yeah.
the Great Writers Share, because, well, why in particular John? Laura?
I mean, I was on the podcast.
No, you wasn't. Was you? No, you wasn't. Why didn't you tell me?
I mean, I was on Great Writers Share this week. I think that's coming out this week at some point. So this coming week, it's coming out. But you have been on Great Writers Share too, and John also interviewed you.
I don't know what you're talking about. Have I? Yes, I have. John's awesome though, isn't he? He's lovely, and he's been very supportive, and he was kind of he was a fundamental factor in us doing this, because we kind of mentioned it, and he's like, "Yes, you must do it." And we're like, "Well, we're doing it then, I guess."
I guess we'll have a go.
Okay, sure.
And he also has a Nice Chianti as well, which is
yes. Oh my God, yeah, that is really good.
his podcast with Zobo with a Shotgun, which is excellent.
And we're hoping to have well, I say we're hoping. He invited himself on to on here, so at some point we shall have him on. I mean, to be fair, I think the Great Writers Share podcast, just the hosts of that in general, have been really sweet and supportive and helpful. And I think as well, like a special mention to Sacha Black, who has been lovely and supportive and amazing.
So let's name the Great Writers Share podcast hosts so that everybody knows who they are. So there's John Crinnan, writer, podcaster, famous star.
The Hollywood Walk of Fame. John Crinnan. He will be under your feet. Yeah. And then we've got Daniel Willcocks of Daniel Willcocks fame, best-selling author and
Daniel Willcocks fame.
boot camper extraordinaire.
We've got Holly Line, HB Line.
Sorry, my dog just literally yawned into the microphone.
That's all right. We don't mind a bit of dog on the podcast every.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes a change from last week when it was the dog's butthole.
That is true. He's currently just licking the air. I don't know what he's doing. What are you doing? You're insane. And Faye, of course. Sorry, and Faye.
Yeah.
They've been incredible. So have a listen to that.
Hunter.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. Don't mess with her. She will take you down with any weapon.
Oh, 1,000%.
Just any weapon. Doesn't matter. She's got it. She'll use it. You're dead.
Yeah, that's Faye Trask.
Yeah. She's very much like Gale in the Hunger Games. Like, it's no different, Katniss. We'll fucking have you out.
I would want her on my team at the end of the world. Thank you very much.
It should be said, I think, that she is lovely and she doesn't actually hunt humans, but she could, so don't piss her off.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, and obviously, you know, without starting to thank my mother for bringing me into the world.
We should mention Emma, though. We should mention Emma, who is...
Yes, Emma. Oh, my God. Yeah, Emma has been an absolute fucking legend. And we all love her on because she's awesome.
Emma is Collectabats on Instagram, and she makes the most amazing, adorable pins, and she's the most amazing, adorable person as well.
Yeah, she is. She's one of these people that you want to slap in the face, but you can't. Oh, babes, you're just a devil emoji at the minute.
Oh,
there you are.
Sorry.
It's all right. You wish that you could slap her in the face because she's effortlessly cool, but she's so fucking like gorgeous, amazing, perfect. She's gonna cringe so hard.
Yeah, she is.
Emma. That you actually don't want to slap her in the face. So that's even more annoying. Yeah. But yeah, it's been a bit crazy, and lovely. And yeah, so thank you everyone for listening last week. Hopefully you can hear me a bit better this week. I invested in a microphone. She says invested. It was 30 quid, but hopefully you can still hear me a bit better. So tell me about, I mean, we've just done our good things in the sense of thank yous, but tell me about something personal to you, or I don't know, just something. What have you enjoyed this week, mate, outside of amazing support?
Do you know what? I was really trying to think of what I'd enjoyed, and actually I became an auntie this week, so maybe
oh my God, I love that. So just for people listening, we were like, before we started recording, this week's been a bit weird for both of us. We've had a real fucking mixed bag, and so we were both just like, what was this week? What is time? What is a good thing? What is a bad thing? And we were properly both like trying to scramble for what's a good thing. And yeah, Laura became an auntie this week, like a new child, a little Bobby was born into the world, and she's just remembered that. So please continue with your story of being an auntie.
Just remembered that I became an auntie this week. Only I don't want to be called an auntie. I want to be called a kinswoman.
Absolutely.
So, kinswoman Laura is the only thing I will accept from that child.
Yeah. I fucking love that. This is my kinswoman.
This is my kinswoman.
She will
kill you if you.
Yeah. And if she finds herself unable, she will find Faye. Faye knows how to hunt humans.
I've got to say, I'm a bit like Rosa on Brooklyn Nine-Nine on that episode when she gets the puppy and she's like, I've only known Arlo for 2 days and I would already kill myself and everyone in this room to protect him.
I fucking love Rosa. Oh, Rosa, Rosa, Rosa. Yeah, I love her. Right, so I was thinking about this as I was just saying. Oh God, sorry. The dog, again, if you are not watching this, the dog is again attacking. Oh, he's found his treats. Hang on. Here. Take it and be gone. Just fed him a chewy twist with chicken because that'll keep him off my fucking tits for 2 minutes. Right. So the something I really enjoyed this week was so we record this on a Sunday. So as we are recording this, it is Sunday, the 17th of January, 2021. But yesterday, which was Saturday, I challenged Daniel Willcocks to a word off.
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did. I challenged him in our boot camp. So Daniel runs a boot camp at danielwillcocks.com. Sorry, Daniel. He'll get over it. I'm sure that I won't in any way suffer the consequences of that. Yeah, and me and Laura met through that during Nano. So it started off as a Nano boot camp, and it kind of just has continued from there, hasn't it? And so during Nano, it was insane, right? Like we were writing constantly all the time. And obviously since Nano's finished, it's gone back to like a more regular human sane level of work. And because I'm me and I human, debatable, sane, definitely not. And he'd mentioned that he needed to get some, like he was going to do a lot of writing. So I was like, fine, I challenge thee to a duel. and we did that yesterday. And like, I'm gonna be fair to him, because I'll again never hear the end of it. He wrote over 14,000 words and I wrote almost 14,000 words, but I won the challenge because 1,000 of his words were written while I was having internet problems at the beginning, I will say, so it's not convenient, like before we'd started, so I don't want to hear none of that. Yeah.
So what you're saying is he basically started the challenge without you?
Yeah.
He like started the race. He like started the race and then expected you to take a little bit.
Yeah. But they absolutely were not counted. So yes, I beat him, and that was fun. I've not quite recovered yet, I don't think, because it was a lot, but it was a lot of fun. And also an honourable mention, if you please, to Nicolas Cage, because he's a goddamn legend. I love him. I always knew I loved him, and I've just started watching The History of Swearing on Netflix, and he is, oh my god, yeah, he's the best. I enjoy him very much, and when he stands up and screams fuck for about 30 seconds, I almost peed my pants, because I've had a kid and that can happen. So yeah. All right, so okay, we've done the nice things, and I'm starting to feel a bit sick for the amount of sweetness that's been going on. So let's get back on track, shall we? Tell me something that's fucking got right on your tits this week, mate.
So last week it was all Corona. I mean, I didn't want to do Corona again, because as much as people are still fannying me off.
Oh yeah, fannying you off. Stop fannying her off, people. Mate. You're devil face. Can I say? Oh, you're back again. I don't know what you're doing.
I'm back again. Do you know what it is?
No, I don't. That's why I asked.
I don't know if you're going to cut this out. It's my mum ringing me.
Oh, no, that's staying in. Stop ringing me, Mum.
Oh, I'm trying to record a podcast.
I'm fully grown. You don't need to keep checking on me. God. Yeah, I know it's cold out. I'll put my coat on. Leave me alone. Oh dear. So
you both tell me about the baby. It's fine.
You're like, I know. Hey, you.
I know, with the baby, he's not gonna have like wings and flown overnight. Like,
well, I mean,
he might have done.
Who knows? So tell me, what's pissed you right off?
I had a few blips, like mental blips this week, and that was hard. Yeah. Like, I had one on yesterday and cried in front of a bunch of people on Zoom, and then went away and cried some more, and then came back and realised I didn't need to cry.
Why are you crying? It's always good to have a cry. Sometimes you need to cry. I had a cry this week.
My anxiety was pretty high for a couple of days, and I'm still not sure what did it. Not at all. And also, I was reminded this week that this lovely man, I can't point to his head,
Mr. Rickman,
is dead. Because this week it was like 4 years since, 4 or 5 years, whatever it is, since he left this earth. And I never met him, but I wish I could have met him. So that probably, that's it. What about you? What is?
So the thing that's been getting right on my tits, if you will, is my son. Right. Now, I did mention last week that this would happen, so here we go. Now, I love him, okay? I talk about this to all of my friends that have children. I call it the parent disclaimer. You've had it, okay? I don't need to hear. Right, first of all, if you've got parenting advice for me, stick it up your hoop, because I don't fucking care, mate. That's for A. For B, he is fully clothed, washed, clean, loved, all of the rest of it. So I don't want to hear like I don't care. So save that, wrap it up in a nice little bow and shove it up your arse. Now, back to what I was going to say. He has fundamentally lost the ability to listen. Fundamentally. I mean, it is to the point of insanity. So I will be talking to him and I will say, what do you want for dinner, mate? Because I'm trying to give him a bit of choice, make him feel like he's got a say in matters. He doesn't, but he should feel like it. It helps, all of that stuff. So I'm like, what do you want for dinner, mate? We've got this or we've got this. And he'll say, I want Scoops. Scoops is a ice cream and dessert parlour. And I'll say, no, babe, we're not having waffles and ice cream for dinner. Not on a Tuesday. It's not a special occasion. It's just Tuesday. He's been asking me every single day if he can have Scoops, and I'm about ready to Jack Black him off a bridge. But yeah, and so I'll tell him what we're having. Say, for example, I'll say, okay, I'm going to make spaghetti bolognese for dinner. And he'll be like, all right. And then I'll bring it up and he's like, you didn't tell me we was having spaghetti bolognese for dinner. He's 10. And I'll be like, well, I absolutely did. We had a conversation about it. And he's like, I don't remember. And at that point, he'll have like 3 mouthfuls of his dinner and then just ask for snacks. And I'm thinking about making a wig out of all the food he refuses to eat and making him wear it, like a wig of shame. If you want snacks and you haven't eaten your dinner, you have to wear the wig of shame. Full disclosure, I'm not actually doing that. Not because I think it would shame my son, but because I just don't have enough hot glue. Who's got the time? So, love him.
Oh, it's like hot garbage couture.
So, yeah, love him.
Miles with hot garbage couture.
Yeah.
Walking down the runway.
Slightly mouldy carbonara. Just dripping down his face. Yeah, so
that you can smell his
no
cold meatballs with
just grim. So yeah, that has been properly grating my cheddar for a while. To be fair, it's not unique to this week, but it's been like just right, a bit extra. Yeah, so that's mine. Now, Laura, I'm just going to hand over to you for a second because I want you to explain to the listeners about the fucking word of the week, otherwise known as hellscape, fucking land of nightmares. I'd rather get bitten by a zombie than have to try and find something funny about this word. Go.
Okay, so the word of the week this week was principle. Right?
Yeah.
Can I just say, if we ever do a word that is a homophone, which is a word that has 2 meanings but sounds exactly the same, you could do either word. It doesn't matter. This is a podcast. It's fun. I don't care. Would you send me stories of both? I want to hear about your creepy principles.
We're not the spelling police, you bastards.
I want to hear about both kinds of creepy principles. I want to hear about your creepy moral principles. And I want to hear about your creepy head teacher principles. So, principle was the word of the week, and we have tried.
Oh, mate, it's been fucking there, hasn't it?
We have looked for stuff to do with principles, as in, like, morals and shit. That's
morals and fucking shit.
Morals and shit. That.
Murky.
And we have failed. Like,
oh, hardcore. I mean, quite literally, I stole one of Laura's. It's been a fucking nightmare, mate.
We have 2. That's it. Yeah. But then I was like, fuck it. Let's look for weird stories about principals, as in the principal of a school. Yeah. And I hit motherfucking
ding 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 ding. Yeah.
So, shall we do the boring ones first?
Let's get them out of the way. Go on, you go first. Ladies first.
They are interesting. It's just they're not as funny as they're interesting. They're not.
They're not fishing a poop out of a toilet interesting though, are they?
Yeah. they're not funny. Like, I mean, I can try to make it funny. I don't know how I'll make it funny.
Maybe you could read it in a funny voice. Accent. Yeah, read it in a funny voice. Yeah.
The Peter Principle, after Lawrence J. Peter, is the idea that managers always rise to their level of
competence.
The level of their incompetence. The idea is that people are promoted based on how well they are doing.
Well, fuck my life if this isn't the most boring shit I've ever heard. Sorry, I just thought I'd jump on a little bit and just stop you listening to Laura, not even in like a broad Yorkshire accent anymore. She just let that drop. I mean, quite frankly, I don't know. I don't know how we even got through this part of the podcast, but we did. We got through it, and we're about to turn into something a little bit more interesting.
For example, you don't buy a new laptop until after you failed to do something with the old laptop.
Yeah. Oh, I relate to that.
Simply argues that the same is true of humans. Yeah. This is all science and philosophy and shit, and I don't. Let's just.
Well, I mean, I will say this. Like, I agree with, something will be used until it's failed. The amount of times, I mean, like, I should have got a backup vibrator like years ago. Did I? No. And I tell you what, mate. I tell you what. You don't want to be around me when that thing fails halfway through. Livid. Do I have a backup? Do I fuck? So, like, I do get it a bit.
I mean, a little bit. I think that's what the Lawrence Chase Peter was talking about when he came to this thing. Yeah. I'm going to close that tab because that is just. Do you know what the title of this thing was? 12 fun. Laws, rules, and principles. That is a bit of an overstatement.
I don't want to meet that person. If that's their idea of fun, I don't want to meet him. Right. Well,
what do you know?
Yeah, I found this because Laura told me. It is the. Hang on, let me see if I can pronounce this properly. Pareto principle, I think, or the 80-20 rule. So it states that for many phenomena, 80% of the result comes from 20% of the effort. The principle has been named after Vilfredo Pareto, an Italian economist. God, words. Who back in 1895 noticed that Sam's really fucking bored reading this. About 80% of Italy's land belonged to 20% of the country's population. So basically, what it's saying is that 80% of the work comes from 20% of the effort, which makes sense. Why am I? Sorry about that. Just screen sharing.
I feel like this one is actually interesting.
I mean, yeah.
Because if you've ever been on a train with a group.
Some more. Sorry, go on.
Ever been on a train with a group of year-old women on the piss?
Yeah, or drunken youths.
The noise on that train, it comes from 20% of the garage.
Yeah. Everyone's listening to Brenda's menopause stories, and we wish she'd stop. But no one's going to say anything. Yeah.
The drunk cackle is like fucking.
That's my normal laugh, mate. That is hardcore one of my normal laughs. I've got about 500. But yeah. Yeah, no, that's true, actually. That is true. And there's the 80-20, like, principle of, like, eating, isn't there? So, like, if 80% of what you eat is, like, deemed by someone as, like, clean or healthy. I mean, what is clean? What is healthy? Fuck off. And then the other 20%. What you want. It should be fine. It should be fine, guys. Yeah, so that's that. I mean, wasn't that fun? Go to the gold mine because I'm already bored of listening to.
So am I. I'm bored of listening to both of us talk about actual principles. Let's talk about creepy principles.
We started being nice. That was boring. Oh, thank you to the people that have supported us. Then we got into the fun stuff, and then it was like, oh, it's a fucking science lesson. Right, come on. Tell me about actual, genuine, creepy ass principles.
Considering last week we were like, principle, and I went, ooh, Rupert Giles turns Snyder into a locker is like.
yeah, you blew your load. That's the problem. That was it. You're done.
Should have just saved that for this one. Okay, right. So I found this thing that is 15 principal horror stories. I mean, I don't think there's going to be anything that's like triggering in it. It's more just like terrible stories about terrible principals. And
Yep.
this one says the wardrobe police principal. And the only reason I stopped on this is because it's got a gif from Devil Wears Prada.
Oh, yeah.
And
That's
this
normally a sign of something good coming in it.
I was teaching middle school and my principal pulled me aside to talk about how I dressed. She told me that my knee-length dresses were inappropriate and they were making the men on my team uncomfortable. She said they weren't flattering either and that I should wear something else to
Oh, no, bitch. They were
making the men on her team uncomfortable. Knee-length dresses. No, we're not talking about miniskirt. We're not talking about you can see your arse cheeks. We're talking about a knee-length skirt.
Come on now. Where was she working? In a Mormon buttery?
She was working somewhere you're only allowed to show your ankles when it's sunny.
I mean, obviously she was working in a school. What a ridiculous question, of which I just asked. But that is fucking ridiculous. And then, I'm sorry, right, and they're not flattering. Oh, mate, I am that level of petty that I would come in the next day in a fucking unitard and make sure that I had a fucking moose knuckle. That would be pulled up to my navel.
1,000%. She said if she'd have said to me they weren't flattering, I would have turned up the next day in like a full corset, like a full Victorian garb, like tipped up to my chin, like
everything else
with
laughing to breaks. Like you fucking can't say that, mate.
How'd you do it? See, you've met that.
Yes. Oh no, that's fucking bang out of order. You can't tell someone that.
It's the thing that pisses me off more than anything else is that it's making the men on my team uncomfortable. Fuck off, mate. Do you know what? Do you know in summer it's like, oh no, I've shown a bit of shoulder. Oh, the men are gonna get excited. Like,
just trouser tents everywhere I turn.
Or a freaking bra strap. I'm sorry, boys. If you can't handle a bra strap, like
the dicks are coming for me. They're coming for me.
If you can't handle seeing a bra strap, you shouldn't be out in society. Like
you shouldn't be allowed out in society. Like if seeing a mere glimpse of hosiery or bra strap is making you flushed, then I suggest you get some fucking medical grade help, because you should not be allowed out. Like, oh, I'm so sorry, it's 37 degrees and I'm not wearing like a fucking trench coat. Fuck off, you pricks.
A poncho, like
just a full on moo-moo.
Do you know what I'll do? I'll just cut a hole in a bed sheet and wear that round. But
where are you going to put the hole?
Well,
it could very quickly turn into a different type of hole, depending on your placement. This way it's a poncho, this way it's a glory hole. Oh, the poncho glory hole.
But, sorry. Do you know... Right, I've got two things on this. No, yeah. I'll do the first one first. Hang on. I'll do this one first. Yeah. So my other half, I hope he don't mind me telling this story, but even if he does, it's tough shit because I'm telling it anyway. My other half's grandma used to have a little cupboard at the back of her in a flat.
Right.
And she used to call that a glory hole. She was obviously unaware.
Or was she?
And she was like, you just nip in the glory hole and get me. You just nip in the glory hole and get me. I'm
not going nowhere near your glory hole, Nan. That's your business. Leave me out of it. Oh my God. That is, yeah. Wow.
But I imagine there must be like that won't be just a thing that's unique to his nan. There will be a whole generation of kids who have had their nans saying to them, can you just nip in the glory hole and get me a tea towel? Like,
please, gentle listeners, if your nan or your mum or any relative asks you to nip into their glory hole, please tell us about that, because I cannot get enough of that shit. Just pop into my glory. I will do no such thing, you filthy bitch.
Oh, thank you. It's going to be a hard pass for me, to be honest.
That's an easy no.
The second thing, which isn't as funny, but is something that annoys me, so I just thought I'd get it out now while we're talking about inappropriate knee-length dresses.
Oh, God, yeah.
What is the difference between being in a bikini?
Oh, mate.
Being in a bra and having a photo.
I tell you what the difference is. Nothing.
There's no difference.
It's just the gaze of which one looks at it that is different. Because this, my bikini top, is acceptable to be wearing in social. This, my brassiere, is acceptable for having the sex. So the difference is, depending on your sexual orientation, I was going to say men, but of course, women, trans men, everybody who finds women attractive and looks at that will be like, yeah, sex.
You are wearing the bra. I see that you are wearing the bra. It is time to make the sex. Yes.
Time to make the sex. We're doing it. We're gonna make the sex. Yeah. I don't know why I'm single.
Oh no, I am sorry. It is bikini, so it is time for you to make this. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. My erection has gone. It's gone away. It's gone back inside me. It's retracted. Oh God. Good God. Do you have any stories about like a head teacher, or do you know what? Like, fuck it, we're away from the shore. Or just teachers in general, because I don't know about you, but I had some fucking corkers at my school.
I had some.
Please don't use their actual names for legal purposes. Thank you.
So there was this pedo teacher, right?
Well, we all had him. Yeah.
No, I think so. What I remember from school is a lot of. I remember cool teachers that I kind of looked up to rather than the creepy ones. I know there was creepy teachers, but it wasn't me they were after, so it was okay.
I was not their prey.
God.
Well,
I was a duckling. I wasn't their prey, and also I probably would have beat him up. So
well, there is someone in my garden. There is literally a girl in the garden. Yes. My apologies if there's a random jump cut there in the video. Hopefully the audio will be okay. But basically, there was a girl in the garden. In the garden, there's a girl. It was the lovely lady that lives not very far from me, who once when Chase got out, she rescued him and kept him safe for me. So she was walking past and Chase was like, hello, and she was saying hello. So that's what that was about. Anyway, back to creepy teachers. So I have got a story for you, mate.
Oh wow, strapping dice.
Oh, I mean, there's quite a few, but I'll choose one because, you know. Right, I'm going to call him Mr. Penguin, because that's the first thing that came to my head. Obviously not his name. If there is a Mr. Penguin out there that relates to this story, that's on you. Like, if you relate, like, maybe do some work. So basically, he was a maths teacher, and he was very strict. Like he should have been born in the Victorian era. Like you could tell he wanted to cane everybody. And there was a girl in my class, let's call her Bran Flakes, because I'm looking at my Bran Flakes. And she always rolled her skirt up very high and never tucked her shirt in. And Mr. Penguin did not like this. Almost said his real name then. Did not like this. And he always used to tell her to tuck her shirt in every time she came into the class. And one day he'd had enough, right? So we came in and we sat down and he was like, good morning, everybody. That's not how he spoke. And we was all like, good morning, Mr. Penguin. You know how, good morning. What is that? But anyway. And then he was like, Brandflakes, stand up. And everyone was like, ooh. So she stood up and he was like, if I have told you once, I have told you 100 times to tuck your shirt in. And then he just got like, just kind of leaned in and was like, I want to see your waistband. I want to see your waistband. So fucking, everyone was like,
Do you know what's even worse? That as a kid, you sort of go, oh, that's just made me feel a little bit disgusting and I'm not sure why. And now as an adult, you completely understand why and you're like, that is weird.
You dirty bastard. Yeah. He's since been fired because he punched a student in the face.
Oh, wow. I mean, wow.
Oh, God. I know I shouldn't laugh, that poor student, but like he punched a kid in the face. Secondary school, but still, don't go punching your students in the face. Right, don't. I reckon it's time for Wheel or Bot, isn't it? Unless you've thought of a creepy teacher story.
No, I don't. I was never on creepy teacher's radar, I don't think. Or if I was too oblivious. Well, you know what? Now being locked in that cupboard kind of makes sense.
Yeah. And like every time you were stressed and they were giving you a shoulder rub, that suddenly you've just realised.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Right, so it's time for Spin the Wheel or Bot. I'm just announcing it differently every week. Spin the Wheel or Bot. Right, here we go. I'm on it. I'm on the random word generator. I am pressing it now. 3, 2, 1 now. Okay, the word is magnetic.
Ooh.
Ho. So, stories about magnetism or being magnetic or magnets. If you want to talk to me about polarizing views, then please do so. So, yeah, that's our word for the week, magnetic. I keep trying to share my screen. I don't know why, but there we go. Cancelled.
Your porn, mate, and I've already told you it's not going to be as weird as mine.
Yeah, but like I said, like if I'm not putting it on my laptop. I use this for work, and sometimes my son uses it. Like he does not need to accidentally stroll upon like 12 uses for kitchen objects. Like.
Two cup of sandwiches just got a whole lot different.
I'll wash it first. Oh God, sorry, I just made myself feel gippy. Okie dokies, right. So that is our word of the week. So yeah, next word's week is magnetic. So if you've got any funny stories or things that you hate about this word, drop us a comment on one of our social media platforms. So we've got Instagram and YouTube and Facebook. That's correct, isn't it? We haven't got anywhere else. Can you leave comments on, I'm going off book, what? Can you leave comments on like Anchor and Spotify and stuff?
I'm not sure. That is something I'll have to look
at. You know what? If you can, do it. We'll find it. Well, she'll find it. I'm awful with technology. But yeah, so leave it on the social media channels and you might be featured on one of our listeners' stories episodes. And as always, if you hate the podcast, don't fucking at us, mate, because I cannot express to you how much we don't give a shit. But if you did, in fact, love it, then you can find us on Instagram, Facebook and YouTube under the Marmite Queens. Thanks for listening. That's it, mate.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Also, I just want to add...
Unbelievable. Yeah, go on.
I know, right? You can find Sam's interview on the Great Writer Share podcast. I think it's episode 65, right? Yours?
It is, yeah. It's not 69, and I'll never forgive them for it. Yeah.
And then mine comes out this week at some point.
Yeah, give them a listen. And also, Dan and Sacha have their Next Level Authors. I always go to say it's something different, and I don't know why, but their Next Level Authors podcast, which is also, if you like two people just abusing each other, then I highly recommend listening. Right, I don't know why you're still here, you losers. I just told you that it's fucking over. So, like, go get on with your lives, and we'll see you next week. Bye. Bye. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of The Marmite Queens, you dumpster fire garbage people. And now for the outro. Still can't afford a theme tune. Definitely can't afford an outro.